What's up YouTube? It's Patrick J. Hilaire here, your teacher, real estate investor, and real estate coach. And in today's YouTube video, we'll be talking about why Winnipeg is a great place to invest in Canada when it comes to real estate investing. So before we kind of jump right in, please hit that like and subscribe button. It really does help with the algorithm. And thanks so much for all your guys' support. And in this video, we'll be talking about 3 quick reasons why the Winnipeg city specifically is a great place to invest in real estate here in Canada. So let's jump right in. All right, so the first reason why Winnipeg is a great market to invest in real estate here in Canada is going to be the affordability of our homes here in Winnipeg. So Winnipeg is a major city, right? But it doesn't have those crazy prices that you'll see in like Vancouver, Toronto, or even in Calgary or some of these other major cities in Canada. The detached home, there were about 2,039 active listings, 1,124 sales, and then the average price of these detached homes are just under $400,000, and the average square footage is 1,331 square feet. Now, that's going to include primary homes and not just real estate investments. So I guess to kind of give you guys a little bit of a background, the most I've paid for a single family home that I'm going to use as a rental and use the BRRRR strategy has been always under $260,000. And that house that I bought for about $254,000, we basically put $8,000 of renos in, and then we got it appraised at $315,000. So there's a lot of equity built in there, but most of the homes I bought have been under $200,000, and the most recent home I bought was at $205,000, but that's because I bought it as a wholesale, so I didn't have to pay a wholesale fee. Now, when it comes to attached homes, such as townhouses, in July 2022, 254 listings, 84 sales, average price was $323,000, and the average square footage a little smaller at 1,200 square feet. Now, for the condo investors out there, 473 active listings, 221 sales of these condos, and the average price was $271,000, average square footage about 1,000 square feet. So prices are very affordable in Winnipeg, and that's probably the main and first reason why investing in Winnipeg real estate could be beneficial for all you Canadians out there. All right, now the second reason why Winnipeg might be a great place for you as a Canadian real estate investor to invest in is because the market is fairly stable. So even during the pandemic, I guess before the pandemic, the average increase of detached home was essentially about 5.4% year over year. So it's nothing too crazy, very stable. Now in the pandemic, we hit about a 10% increase, 2020, and then 2021 was about a 13.5 around there increase. And then now, compared to last year, for the month of June and July, it's about an 8% or a 7.8% increase. So you're not having those crazy volatility when it comes to the Winnipeg real estate market, and instead you're having some more growth that you've kind of seen all over Canada, but you're not seeing like a 50% jump, but nor are you seeing like a 30 or 50% drop in these home prices. So that's going to be very important, especially if you're, say, a flipper, if you're a wholesaler, or even if you're doing BRRRRs such as myself. But even if you decide to just buy and hold, park some money in there, you can rest assured that you're not going to have that crazy swings up and down when it comes to the value of your home. And that's probably another reason why Winnipeg real estate might just be a great place to invest for you Canadian real estate investors. Winnipeg is a great real estate market to invest in for you Canadian real estate investors is going to be the stability of our job market. So I've had friends and family out in like Alberta, out on the west and the east, and then sometimes the job market's a little crazy, right? Especially in Alberta. I know some people that are still working well in their 40s, 50s, and even 60s and still have to worry about sometimes getting laid off because they have a very oil heavy industry out there. However, in Winnipeg, in Manitoba, we have a very stable job market just because it's very diverse of the type of work you can get. There's a lot of work in healthcare, education, trades, and even manufacturing. And it's very common for people to get into that job and then kind of stay there for the rest of their lives. So there's always an opportunity to offer cheaper rents just because you're getting homes at a cheaper price compared to almost everywhere in Canada. That job stability is really going to help you lock in some tenants that are going to stay for a longer term. And as real estate investors, that's something we love. We don't want to have a high churn and a high frequency of having vacancies, and instead we want long-term tenants with long-term jobs that will just stay there and help us pay down and build our own equity while we can offer them cheaper rent relative to everywhere else in Canada because we're buying homes at a lower price point. Kind of quickly recap what we talked about before I let you guys go. We talked about how Winnipeg does have a cheaper, let's say more affordable price point. You can buy homes well under $400,000, and even with investment deals, like I personally haven't paid more than $260,000 for my rentals. The other reason is that you're not gonna have that crazy fluctuation in price, right? You're not gonna have that volatility that you'll have maybe in some of the other major cities in Winnipeg. And then finally, we have a very stable job market and economy here in Winnipeg just because the job market's very diverse. There's jobs in education, trades, manufacturing, healthcare, and that allows us to hold down long-term tenants so that we can kind of reduce our vacancy rates. If you're someone, whether you're in Canada, in the States, or even here in Winnipeg, and you want to learn how to become a real estate investor, how to invest in Winnipeg, let me know. I'd love for you to click the link below. That's going to be a Calendarly app, and then we can sit down and do a free real estate strategy session. I'd love to kind of figure out your situation. Let's see if investing in Winnipeg is a right fit for you, and even if you'd be a right fit for my coaching program, become one of my students. So thanks so much for all your guys' support. Again, hit that link below. I think it would offer a ton of value for you. And if you're kind of already thinking about becoming a real estate investor, not quite sure, I'd love to clarify that and see if what makes sense for you. So again, hope that offers some value. Hit that like and subscribe button. I'll see you guys in the next video.